My name is Jim Leiner. I'm the founder and director of Pioneer Day School. Pioneer Day School, you may know, exists in OB1's Discovery Center. It's our new home. We've been there for about 4 years and we just love being there. I'm here to share an amazing experience that we had with OB1, and in order to understand how amazing that experience is, I want to take you back to the previous experience that really brought us to OB1. We leased a second floor space from another church in San Diego, which had some dedicated classrooms and some shared classrooms that the church continued to use for Sunday school on Sundays. We're a non-public school, so that means that we're certified with the state of California to provide special education services to children from public schools. So there's a kind of an annoying type of separation of church and state that has to be maintained in our certification, which our church landlord knew about. And during that process, after the first year of our lease, when we were ready for the site visit for our certification, our landlord took the liberty of putting about 30 posters in our hallways and classrooms. Some were our private classrooms, some were the shared classrooms, which was an issue for us. We are allowed to be on a church campus. We're just not allowed to have a faith-based curriculum and, I guess, such overtness, for lack of a better term. So that was a tough conversation to have with a pastor. It became a really big problem. The pastor and the church board voted unanimously that we couldn't take the posters down or cover them up. So it was quite a situation because we were about to have this site visit, and it went just very, very south. And at one point, that pastor stormed into I was teaching a music class, and he got in my face abruptly and was yelling at me about taking the posters down in front of my students, which was horrible. And then about 2 weeks later, he called me again and essentially told me that every time I take the posters down, that I was kicking the board of the church and Jesus Christ directly in the teeth, and that I was going to go to hell. So that's when we started looking for a new place to move our school, and that was when I found OB1. The reason I'm eager to share this story is it is a story of love, and it was pretty overwhelming for me to have the negative experience with a church. I grew up going to church and or in high school certainly, and it was just a polar opposite experience. What Christianity was just really loving and not really expecting anything in return except just love, and that love perpetuates more love. And what we experienced was absolutely not that, but refreshingly, we met OB1, and it was a relationship of love. I remember meeting with OB1 several times because I was really nervous to have a landlord as a church again because of our prior experience. And at one point I asked OB1, is there any scenario that you can imagine that would result in us not getting along? I told them about the poster story and all of those things because we didn't want to have the same issue again. It's not easy to move a school. And the response was, regarding the posters, was that someone said, Jim, I'm in the people business, not the poster business. And our only job at OB1 is to love you like a brother. And that was pretty much all I needed to hear. That was a done deal for me. And here we are. And we're so happy. And all we've experienced from OB1 really has been love. So you're on the right track. And thank you, OB1.